Hello, my name is Anushka Gupta from class 9th B. Today I will be presenting a documentary video on the topic cyclones. What is a cyclone? It is a natural disaster. But what is a natural disaster? A natural disaster is a major adverse event resulting from natural processes of the earth. Examples include floods, cyclones, hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, storms, and other geologic processes. There are many types of natural disasters such as agricultural diseases and pests, damaging winds, drought and water shortage, earthquakes, emergency diseases, extreme heat, floods and flash floods, hail, hurricanes and tropical storms, landslides and debris flow, thunderstorms and lightning, tornadoes, tsunamis, wildfire, winter and ice storms, sinkholes, etc. But today we will only be talking about cyclones. But first of all, what is a cyclone? A cyclone is essentially a large weather system that has particular characteristics. They are formed around a strong center of atmospheric pressure, which causes winds to rotate inwards in a clockwise direction. This formation gives them the particular appearance of a coiled snake, which is where the name comes from. But today, let's discuss some major cyclones throughout the world. First coming up, one of the deadliest natural disasters in all the history, the Hooghly River cyclone, also known as the Calcutta cyclone, devastated the Indian city of Calcutta as well as the surrounding regions. The cyclone made a landfall just south of the Calcutta in the Ganges River delta, creating a 30 to 40 feet storm surge and bringing approximated 15 inches of rain over 6 hours. The cyclone devastated the city of Calcutta, destroying majority of buildings and structures mostly made up of wood and having straw roofs. Many existing brick structures were also damaged to a point beyond repair. The cyclone led to the deaths of 30,000 people to 350,000 people, while almost data focuses of Calcutta. It is also thought that the villagers in East Bengal and Bangladesh died as a result of the cyclone. Additionally, the Hooghly River cyclone destroyed 20,000 vessels. Next is the 1881 𝚅𝙃 cyclone of Vietnam. On October 8, 1881, the 𝚅𝙃 cyclone struck into the Gulf of Tonkin, setting off a course of tidal waves that flooded the northeastern city of Haiphong. The flooding devastated the Haiphong and led to the widespread destruction of the city. The 𝚅𝙃 cyclone led to an estimated 300,000 deaths. However, more are thought to have died afterward from starvation and disease as a result of flooding. Is Bangladesh cyclone of 1942. Coming in as the least severe of the list is the Bangladesh cyclone of 1942. The cyclone struck the eastern coast of Bangladesh on October 16 with 70 miles per hour winds, causing 20-foot storm surge. The cyclone led to deaths of 61,000 people and destroyed at least 3,000 homes in the afflicted areas. Next is the cyclone 𝚅𝙼𝙬, commonly referred to as the Bangladesh cyclone of 1991, made a landfall onto the southern coastal region of Chittagong on April 29, 1991. The cyclone devastated Bangladesh, killing more than 135,000 people and rendering 10 million people homeless. Plus 1 million cows died as a result of the cyclone. More importantly, the cyclone devastated the crops of the country As a result, many survivors of the cyclone would end up facing the risk of starvation. Cyclone 𝙳𝙗𝏆 resulted in more than $1.5 billion in damages. Next is the cyclone 𝙳𝙾𝙲𝚄𝙼𝙳𝙾. On May 2, 2008, cyclone 𝙳𝙾𝙲𝙗 made a landfall in Myanmar, moving across the southern region of the country over 2 days. Cyclone 𝙳𝙾𝙲𝙗 particularly devastated the Irrawaddy Delta region of Myanmar. The UN approximated the cyclone affected 2.4 million people. As a result of the cyclone, 84,500 people died and 53,800 people went missing. But coming to India, India has a tragic and long history with cyclones. The Indian subcontinent is among the worst affected regions of the world when it comes to the tropical storms. It's particularly vulnerable due to 4,670-mile coastline where a large percentage of the country's population lives. Over the years, there have been some catastrophic cyclones that have hit the country. Some major cyclones of India are the 1970 𝙁𝙁 cyclone. The 𝙁𝙁 cyclone is one of the deadliest natural disasters ever, recording the storm formed over the Bay of Bengal in November 1970 and made a landfall on the coast of East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, before continuing on the West Bengal. Its peak, the cyclone generated winds up to 115 miles per hour, devastating the coastal regions it encountered. It's estimated that between 300,000 and 500,000 people were killed during the disaster, making it the deadliest tropical cyclone on record.
The devastating 𝙁𝙁 cyclone strikes East Pakistan, one of the deadliest cyclones recorded in history. Fatalities total up to almost 500,000.
And we found that there was no response from Pakistan, Western Wing, no assistance came from them. And we were very bitter and dejected about the whole thing.
The 1991 Bangladesh cyclone, or the cyclone 𝙳𝙗𝏆, another deadly cyclone that formed over the Bay of Bengal, was the 1991 Bangladesh cyclone. By the time it reached land in Bangladesh and eastern India, winds up to 155 miles per hour were recorded, making it one of the most powerful on record. The cyclone caused deadly storm surge that was 20 feet high. It swept over the coastline, claiming the lives of at least 138,866 people. In the fallout of the storm, various countries carry out one of the largest military relief efforts on record, Operation Sea Angel. The 1999 Odisha cyclone. This storm was the most intense tropical cyclone ever recorded in the North Indian Ocean. It was also one of the most destructive in the region. At the peak of the storm, winds of up to 160 miles per hour were recorded, as well as record low pressure, as well as hitting the state of Odisha in India. Thailand, Myanmar and Bangladesh also felt the impact. Nearly 10,000 people died and it caused around $4.44 billion worth damage. The cyclone 𝙳𝙗𝙳𝙗. On the opposite side of the country, cyclone 𝙳𝙗𝙳𝙗 formed over the Arabian Sea. At the beginning of June, as it began to gather strength, experts feared that the storm could strike the city of Mumbai. Typically, tropical cyclones form less frequently over the Arabian Sea and usually head west towards Oman. At the time, Mumbai was the city in India that was worst hit by the coronavirus. In early June, there were over 40,000 confirmed cases. It also the most populous city in the country, home to more than 20 million people. Thankfully, the eye of the storm narrowly missed the Mumbai. Cyclone Amphan. The storm is one of the worst to hit the region since 2007 and the first superstorm since 1999 Odisha cyclone mentioned above. The storm killed at least 72 people in West Bengal and a further 12 in Bangladesh. The storm reached on land on May 20th near the city of Kolkata, leaving 40 million people without power and chaos in its wake. It's estimated that Cyclone Amphan caused over $13 billion of damage as winds reached up to 160 miles per hour.
At this point in time, it's really scary what is happening around me. There is such intense winds. If you can hear clearly, if I stop talking, you can actually hear the wind. Okay, so I'll try and open the window. It's not very advisable at this point in time, but just a little bit to show you how bad it is outside. Oh my god, no.
Recently, India has been hit by cyclones 𝚅𝙸 and 𝚘𝚗. Cyclone 𝚅𝙸. 𝚅𝙸 was a powerful, deadly and damaging tropical cyclone in the Arabian Sea that became the strongest tropical cyclone to make landfall in the Indian state of Gujarat since the 1998 Gujarat cyclone and one of the strongest tropical cyclones to ever affect the west coast of India. Government relief given after the recent cyclone 𝚅𝙸. The Maharashtra government on Tuesday approved a 252 crore relief fund package for the people in the coastal districts affected by the cyclone 𝚅𝙸. The decision was taken in the weekly cabinet meeting chaired by Chief Minister 𝚅𝚃𝙳𝙳. The rupees 252 crore relief amount is more than the central government fixed norms under the NDRF, which would otherwise come to around 72 crores. Government relief given after the recent cyclone 𝚅𝙗. The Maharashtra government on Tuesday approved a 252 crore relief fund package for the people in the coastal districts affected by the cyclone 𝚅𝙗. The decision was taken in the weekly cabinet meeting chaired by Chief Minister 𝚅𝚃𝙳𝙳. The rupees 252 crore relief amount is more than the central government fixed norms under the NDRF, which would otherwise come to around 72 crores. Government relief given after the recent cyclone 𝚅𝙗. The Maharashtra government on Tuesday approved a 252 crore relief fund package for the people in the coastal districts affected by the cyclone 𝚅𝙗. The decision was taken in the weekly cabinet meeting chaired by Chief Minister 𝚅𝚃𝙳𝙳. The rupees 252 crore relief amount is more than the central government fixed norms under the NDRF, which would otherwise come to around 72 crores. Government relief given after the recent cyclone 𝚅𝙗. The Maharashtra government on Tuesday approved a 252 crore relief fund package for the people in the coastal districts affected by the cyclone 𝚅𝙗. The decision was taken in the weekly cabinet meeting chaired by Chief Minister 𝚅𝚃𝙳𝙳. The rupees 252 crore relief amount is more than the central government fixed norms under the NDRF, which would otherwise come to around 72 crores. Government relief given after the recent cyclone 𝚅𝙗. The Maharashtra government on Tuesday approved the 252
Prime Minister Modi has reached Ahmedabad and he is currently meeting Gujarat Chief Minister 𝙳𝙾𝙲𝙳𝙳𝙳. This is to take stock of the cyclone 𝚅𝙯 and the kind of devastation trail that it leaves behind. Various districts, including the coastal district of 𝙳𝙾𝙲𝙳𝙳, the 𝚅𝙯 region, has been adversely affected. What we are expecting is that the farmers, the fishermen who have incurred severe losses in the home state of the Prime Minister, there could be a special package or some kind of relief that can be announced. So Prime Minister is in his home state of Gujarat taking stock of the situation. This is one of the worst affected states.
Prime Minister Modi's aerial survey. Prime Minister Modi assured those who are affected by the cyclone to closely working with the state government at this difficult time and extended all the possible assistance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday took an aerial survey of Cyclone 𝚅𝙯 affected areas in Gujarat and announced financial assistance of rupees 1,000 crore for immediate relief services in the state, expressing solidarity with those affected by the cyclone. The Prime Minister also announced rupees 2 lakh ex gratia for the next of kin of the dead and rupees 50,000 for the injured. Cyclone Yas. Yas was relatively strong and very damaging tropical cyclone that made landfall in Odisha and brought significant impacts to West Bengal during late May 2021. The second severe cyclonic storm and very severe cyclonic storm of the 2021 North Indian Ocean cyclone season. Yas formed a tropical disturbance that the Indian Meteorological Department first monitored on May 23rd. Measures taken by the Bengal and Odisha government during the cyclone Yas. Army Navy deployed relief teams in West Bengal with severe cyclone Yas set to make landfall on the eastern coast of May 26th. The Army and Navy deployed relief and dividing teams in West Bengal in coordination with the local administration. In the addition, the Navy and Coast Guard also kept ships and aircrafts standby as part of the preparations in Bengal. The Navy said 2 Navy diving teams and the 5 flood relief teams or FRT comprising specialized Navy personnel with associated equipment and inflatable boats have been deployed to the state. In addition, 1 diving and 2 FRT each have been positioned at Digha and Fazirganj on May 23rd and 24th respectively. 1 FRT has been kept on standby in Diamond Harbour for redeployment as necessary as short notice, it said in a statement. Odisha shifts over 2 lakh people to cyclone shelters by 4 pm. The Odisha government has shifted 2,10,621 people to different shelters in 15 districts amidst heavy rain under the influence of very severe cyclone Yas. By Tuesday afternoon in Balasore district, 74,132 people were in different cyclone shelters and other buildings, while Bhadrav district, the administration evacuated 73,103 people by 4 pm. The evacuation would continue till late night. Dry floods have been pre-positioned in shelters and 3 government officers would remain in charge of each shelter. Local measures during the cyclone Yas. In the wake of cyclone Yas forming over the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Coast Guard has initiated primitive measures and said it is closely Monitoring the developments. Fishing has been banned in areas that are likely to be affected by the cyclone. The Indian Coast Guard is also instructing the fishermen at the sea to return to safety in time. Radar stations of the Indian Coast Guard in West Bengal and Odisha have started transmitting weather warnings over VHF and regular intervals in English and vernacular language at alert merchant vessels and fishing boats operating in the region. The Coast Guard has also requested state governments to sensitize fireworks about Cyclone Yas. Bengal powers utilities better than the Amphan time. The two power utilities of Bengal on Monday claimed that they are better prepared for Cyclone Yas, which is likely to hit the state of Odisha on May, that they were before the last year's storm Amphan. The state-owned West Bengal State Electricity Distribution Company Limited (WBSC-BCL) and private utility CESC Limited, which supplies power to Kolkata and adjoining areas including Howrah, said they aim minimize inconvenience to consumers. Both CESC and WBSCB set up emergency call centers to receive complaints. For CESC, the numbers are as follows. The dedicated numbers of WBSEB's round-the-clock control room are as follows.
Longer fire seasons, stronger hurricanes, more intense heat waves and floods. Across the world, climate events are getting more extreme.
What do scientists believe the reason of increase in natural disasters? Scientists believe the increase in hydrometeorological disaster is due to combination of natural and man-made factors. Global warming is increasing the temperatures of the Earth's ocean and atmosphere, leading to the most intense storms of all types, including hurricanes. It is great to be said, even with all our technology and the inventions that make modern life so much easier than it once was, it takes just one big natural disaster to wipe all that away and remind us that here on earth we are still at the mercy of nature. By Neil deGrasse Tyson. Thank you all for being such an patient audience and watching my documentary video. Hope you all have a great day.